Hi guys, welcome to another beautiful episode of Conversations Over Coffee Podcast. It's your girl IJ, aka Madam Fenford. You know how we do. If you are a first time listener, welcome. We always have fun on this show, trust me. And of course, if you're a returning listener, what's up? What's up? How you doing? So my guest today is a seasoned business products manager. He is a lot of things actually, but I like to say that because when I say seasoned, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to let him introduce himself. Right? Welcome Muyiwa. We're supposed to be clapping. We're supposed to be clapping because it's not easy. It's not easy. So welcome. Kindly introduce yourself for us. Let's get to know you.
All right. Thanks, IJ. My name is Muyiwa, like she said. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
Very
thank you.
interesting. I've looked for this opportunity to be able to say a few things I know about relationships. First, I want to say thank you and kudos to what you're doing for this generation. It is not easy.
Thanks.
Um,
Somebody appreciates my work.
it's a lot. I know how long it's taking you to get here. It's a lot of work.
Hmm?
Kudos to you. More grease to your elbow.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm a professional banker and a businessman and entrepreneur. I do a few stuff also, if you like consulting for a few people. I have 14 years banking experience. I've worked in some A-list banks in Nigeria. I don't want to mention their names.
This person I am talking about, I am sitting with, I have the privilege of sitting with, has worked in Access Bank, Polaris Bank, FCMB, First Bank. I mean, you need to say this thing well. Take your accolades. I'm gonna give you your accolades today. Tell us more. Tell us more.
You know what's making me smile? God has been grateful to me.
Yeah.
I can't be ungrateful. I've had the opportunity of working for some A-list bank. Like I said, I started my career in Access Bank in 2008. After which I moved to First Bank.
Yeah.
After First Bank, I moved to FCMB
Yes.
and then back to Access Bank again.
Yes.
And then I had the opportunity of also working in Polaris Bank
Yes.
before I went to the Fintech.
Yeah. Fintech now.
If you like, call me a business product manager. I've
Yeah.
spent the last 14 years developing new products, growing products in the Nigerian market,
Yeah.
and even in diaspora. I understand very well the payment industry. I have, with by the grace of God, been able to bet a few new products into the market.
Yeah.
Those products are doing very well now. I don't want to go into details. Let's not look as if I'm
Yeah.
marketing.
No.
But I've been very lucky to be around this space, and
Yeah.
God has been very grateful to me. Thank you. I hope we'll have a good time here today.
We'll definitely have a good time. I mean, I'm so proud. I say I'm privileged to be sitting down beside you. Oh, Muyiwa did not tell you people that he's also a relationship advisor, a mentor for many people. Because maybe you're not saying it with so much enthusiasm. I'm about to blow your trumpet on this episode. All right, let's just start. Let's just get right into it. So, why banking and why mentorship side by side? I mean, what's the connection? What is the inspiration behind, mentoring people, young people especially? Tell us about that.
Okay, why banking? When I after you service in 2008, sorry, 2007, I was very lucky to. Then it was shortly after the banking consolidation under Obasanjo's regime, and so banks became stronger after the consolidation. That was when Soludo was the CBN governor, and then banks started recruiting very heavily.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I had a few mentors in banking. My dad was one of them. My cousin was the other. I liked how they carried themselves. I
Yeah.
liked how they comported themselves as people. I liked how they respected themselves and the environment.
Yeah.
Banking also at that time provided an opportunity for you to see the world, to see Nigeria from top bottom. Because as a banker, you understand a lot around payments and financial intermediation.
Yeah.
So it gave us an opportunity to also know what's going on in the economy, know how we can affect the economy with the job we do on a daily basis. So it was an opportunity for me to come in and then contribute my quota at that time. And immediately I got into banking, I met some very good bosses. Chris Esisobo is one of them. Gino Donwa is the other.
Wow.
Bosses that I met on ground that started mentoring us, started teaching us what to do on the job, started teaching us what to do, how to keep very quality friendship, how to keep very quality relationship,
Yeah.
because it is important to note that this friendship and this relationship will form a larger part of your life as you go
Moving
in your
forward.
career,
Yeah.
right? So I learned quite a lot from them,
Mhm.
and I mean, it behoves on me to also pass it to the next generation of bankers we have, or the next generation of people around me. So whilst I learned how to relate to people from them, relate with my environment from them, become better and a better person. I also felt that I should teach all the things I've learned from these great guys. And I've been in this for about 8 to 10 years. I have a lot of mentors. I'm also a mentee to some other people because learning never stops.
Yeah. True.
And it's been a very wonderful journey. As you learn, as you teach, you also learn.
Learn.
So
True. Very true. Very
it's I mean I see it as an opportunity and a privilege to be alive and to be able to pass on knowledge to a few people around me in this generation. So
We are
I
very
hope you'll be able
grateful.
to tap from my experience today.
We are very grateful for you. We appreciate you a lot. I mean, trust me, guys. You need to meet Muyiwa to understand what I'm talking about. And the people that you mentioned, by God's grace, one of these days I'll meet them and interview them and bring them on my show and just continue to spread quality information for the upcoming generation. So thank you for that. Yeah, in mentioning building relationships, tell us a little about building relationships at the workplace. How would you suggest that we navigate? I mean, in a world where these days younger people just want to know who they can know to be able to exploit them, not all of us, but that's usually the norm these days. But tell us about navigating building relationships in the workplace.
Okay, from my personal experience, I have friends that I've built relationship with for the past 13 to 14 years. The likes of Toye, Vincent, Soji. These are people I met on the job. I didn't know from anywhere. But as time went on, we discovered that we had a similar mindset. We're hungry,
Yeah.
wanted to make it. We're very passionate about people around us.
Yeah.
We're also ready to also give back to the society.
Yeah.
So that was the key thing for me that drove my friendship. Relationship in a work environment, for me has few pillars. Number one, trying to have a discerning spirit. You
Okay.
have to know, you have to be able to smell from afar
Far.
the intention of people.
Mhm.
You have to be able to know, again, judge people where their values are. All right. For instance, you are somebody um you are somebody that likes people around you, you wouldn't want to go and have a friend that likes to be on his own or
Yeah.
on our own. That does not match in a way. I don't know if that explains what I'm trying to say, but
Yes.
you understand.
Yeah. Similar
It's
values.
similar values
Matter.
exactly
Yeah.
matters. Also, for you as a person, you also have to ooze those values you want to see around you.
True. True. True.
Positivity attracts positivity.
Yeah.
All right, you cannot be a very rash person on the job and expect people to be nice
To
at
you.
you. I mean, it doesn't follow.
Match up.
It
Yeah.
doesn't match up. All right,
Mhm.
you cannot also expect to be like a disciple on the job and expect to attract people that are serious and
Yeah.
are forward
Focus.
thinking and
Yeah.
focused on the job. All right,
True.
so you be that thing you want to attract first.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you keep those values of being focused, being trustworthy, being dependable,
Mhm.
being loyal to people,
Mhm.
you definitely attract people of like minds, which you will now begin to talk and develop your relationship, and then you see that you're in the journey, and then you continue to grow together. So those are the pillars I think will help us. Number one,
Attract the people that you want
the
to
kind of
see.
people that you want to have
Yeah.
around you, and then
Yeah.
to grow, because again, a relationship grows. So as you attract them, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing will be for you to now begin the journey of growth,
Growth.
because you agree with me that when you met your very good friends 5 10 years ago, that is not the level of friendship you
Sure.
so friendship grows. All right,
Yeah.
it grows over time, and what makes it grow is the value you fit to it.
Yeah.
So when you guys are true to yourself, you keep almost similar value,
Yeah.
you are hungry, you do the right things, you definitely see that you guys are headed for the same direction, and then
I mean,
that's
it
how
becomes
growth comes.
easier to carry yourselves along because,
Of course.
I mean, we have the same things we are looking for. So I connect you, you connect me, and we move to
Absolutely.
the top.
Absolutely.
That's very awesome. Thank you for that response. there's this understanding that you have to chase the bag before you chase the girl. That's for guys, or you chase the ring. That's for ladies. So tell us about that and advise us, because I personally think that men, it's important to have money before thinking about marriage. But then I'm talking about relationships. So for women too, of course, everybody should have money before they are able to commit to something. But then that's marriage. But I'm talking about like relationships now, because you have to start from somewhere. The same way we're starting from somewhere in our careers, we have to start from somewhere in our relationships before we get to marriage. So tell us a little bit about that. I think there can be an understanding in a relationship, some sort of level of relationship, and still chase their goals. And when the goal is met together, it's easy to then settle down. But these days, everybody wants to just get the money first. I think there should be a balance. So tell us what you think. Advise us better.
Well, I don't know if I'm in the position to advise, but
You're our mentor now. You're our mentor on the show today. Please advise us.
okay. So every relationship has what boils it, what drives it.
Mm-hmm.
If I see you today and my mission is to come and lay you and then go away, I won't look for any value in you. All right, I will just look for that thing that is driving me, and I'll come have it and go away.
Yeah,
and it's both ways.
Yes, true.
All right. So, but if we are looking at a serious relationship between a guy and a girl now, for me, certain things are critical. Again, you can't throw away the place of value of a person. What are her values? What are your values?
Yeah.
All right. Some people believe, both male and female, that relationship is not worth it.
True.
All right. You can't blame them.
Yeah.
At times, it comes from a place of where we are coming from. Some people are from homes that are troubled. Dysfunctional homes. So they grew up seeing their father and their mother fight on a daily basis. People are always quarreling, or maybe from some polygamy settings, and there's always squabble between children and parents. So that kind of mentality affects how, at times, not all the time, affects how you position yourself for a relationship. All right. So it is important that you know your values. What are your values? Does she resonate to those values I'm looking for in a girl?
Yeah.
Does he resonate to that value I'm looking for in a guy? All right. When these values are present, and I believe that if you're true to yourself as a guy and a girl, one of the things you should look out for is the prospect in the person that you're looking out for. At very young age, between 25 and 30, it is difficult, for instance, for a man to be very rich. A few guys are very rich at that time, but 85 to 90% of guys at that age are still finding their feet. Which
is fine.
Which is natural, which is good. There's nothing bad about it. In fact, a lot of us at 25, 26, we just started working.
Yeah.
So if a lady around me at that time was looking for money for the bag, she won't get it because there was no bag anywhere.
Yeah. There was no bag anywhere. I like that.
There was no bag anywhere.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
But if she was looking for a prospect, somebody that is hungry, somebody that could get far in a career, somebody that is always driven by passion and wants to become something, you'll probably find it in me. All right.
Yeah.
And those things are the ingredients you need to help you make money in the future.
True.
All right. But at that early age, I'm still trying to hone my skills. I'm still trying to learn a few things. I'm still trying to understand what it is to be an entrepreneur, or what it is to be somebody that moves very fast in the work environment. All right. So there was no bag, but there's hunger. There is drive. There are values. So again, it depends on what you want as a person. If you want a very good guy that is passionate, understands you, you can try your luck.
Yeah.
All right. If you want the bag, it is fine. Money is also very good.
Yeah.
However, you have to be careful. All right. Yeah. Relationship takes a little bit of time, and what I see these days is people don't take their time to understand the other partner, whether it's the man or the woman.
True.
At times, you just see the bag. Even boys have become very materialistic these days. You just see a lady that is doing very well, her family from a good family, and then you rush in. You don't understand her values. You don't understand what drives her. You don't understand what makes her make as a person. And then because you feel that she has the bag, you go into a relationship. You are struggling. You're hurrying to marry her. You marry her. Then when you get to the house, you begin to see certain funny attributes that you didn't expect that was supposed to be there. And then you can't take at that time, and then you begin to struggle.
Yeah.
It could go both ways.
Yeah.
I've seen ladies that meet guys very rich, and within 3-4 months you're married. I'm not saying it's bad.
Of
But
course.
it is relationship is better when you take, see, character is like pregnancy, values are like pregnancy. You can't hide them.
Yeah. Oh. Ah. Preach, sir.
You can
Preach. Teach
so
us.
because so why it takes a little bit of time to build relationship is that you must match what the person is saying and the action the person is using out on a daily basis.
Yeah.
They must match up
Over time.
over time.
Time will tell. Time always tells.
Time always tells.
True.
But 2 3 months, 4 months, it's a bit short for you to understand. You can't see. Look, I'm not saying you should understand in totality. We are humans. We cannot. You cannot fully understand somebody.
Yeah, it's true.
But there are certain early signs you see in somebody that makes you understand that, oh, this person is somebody I can stay with.
Yeah.
Oh, this person is somebody I cannot stay with.
Actually, if your goal is a long-term goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know that I started by saying that every relationship has what drives it.
Yeah.
So if it is a long-term goal, not a problem. You can stay, understand her or him or her, and then get into relationship, and then you're lucky he gets into marriage. You're fine because you have taken time to understand the person. You know the values, you know his family, you know his friends, you know his mutual friends, you know those kind of things.
Yeah.
But when you are hurrying, you might not have time to study a lot of these things, and then you might get into trouble. True. So again, I will start by saying that what drives that relationship? Are you just going to have fun, or you want to really experience that person and then get into the person's space and eventually marry the person if possible? Yeah. So if it is B that drives you, you want to take your time and understand the person's value. If it is A that drives you, you just want to live in the sport moment, you just want to enjoy the person, then you don't need to be there for. I mean, people meet in clubs that same night, and I mean, stuff happened. Right. So again, it is what drives you. Yeah. What drives your mind in that relationship.
Yeah. What are your intentions? I mean, exactly. I should say the thing I think is the problem these days is the fact that people don't even know what they want, don't even know what drives them. If I cannot identify what is important to me, I will not be patient enough to identify what is important to you. I will not even want to know what is important to you. So as much as this conversation, relationship, career, even in career, I mean, you have to know what you want to do so that you can know where you're going and make plans for it. So it's very important to try and know what we want. And this is not to say that there are people that do not know what they want, and there are people that do not, that life doesn't just happen on them and they just pick it. It's just saying it's better to always know where you're going so that you can know how to get there. Right. For a more opinionated question, I would ask, what is an age bracket that you would recommend for marriage? I mean, it's not a one size fits all, like, but advise us. I would like to hear what you think for men and for women alike. This is a tough one.
It's tough because why it's tough is that human character, human. What I mean, human, HUMAN, human. As humans, we are different. You could meet a 20-year-old lady that is very matured, very formed in the heart, and behaves like a 35-year-old woman. You can also meet a 35-year-old woman that behaves like a 20-year-old girl, and vice versa for the guys. So for me, I instead of using an age bracket, or I would say when you're above 21, okay. Once you've graduated from the 4 walls of a university or any institution, I think you have a little bit of exposure to handle certain life issues. And then when you have that level of maturity, do you understand? That's why I started by saying a few people are, you may be 20 but very matured. You may also be 35 and not matured yet, all right? So because marriage is an institution where you have to be very mature to handle those situations. Some of the situations you see in marriage you've not heard of before, because everybody's marriage is different. It's different, yes. Do you understand? It is not mathematics. It's not one size fits all. It's not one size fits all. Do you understand? So again, and that's where that maturity plays a very important role in marriage. So I don't want to put an age. I would say once you're above 21 or you've graduated from a university or any institution, and you have that experience to be able to relate to people, to be able to deal with life issues, then because you have that level of maturity.
In whatever 4 walls of the institution
you come out from. So the institution in itself opens your heart to a lot of things. I mean, before some of us went to school, we had never lived with other people. So in high institution, you most likely have lived with a few people in the room. You have some friends in class, classmates, friendship.
So these are, I think this, I can relate to that. So it helps. That way the kind of things that you like, the kind of things that you don't like. You know, at least to
Exactly.
some level, you know what your values are. The friends you keep in school will determine, it tells on the kind of people that you want in your space. So yeah,
Absolutely.
very, 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 very insightful. I'm very appreciative of that answer, because a lot of people want to hear, oh, if you are 18 and above. In fact, some people, for guys, think you must pass 30 before you can tell yourself you want to get married. But I mean, it's just to each man his own, right? To each man his own. So for to spice it up a little bit, I would ask you to choose from a list of questions I have here between 1 and 10. Choose sharp, 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 sharp. Between 1 to 10, choose one, choose one.
I like 7. 7 is a special number.
7. Okay. The question is very easy, actually. I would want to hear the response to this question. What is a first impression that you think people have of you? Because I know the first impression I have of myself, of you, rather, when I first walked into your office. So, what do you think is the first impression that people have of you?
Okay. So because of how uh my posture is, people think I'm a bit proud. They don't see me as somebody that likes to relate. And that's because they say my face is very hard. So I just most times I just keep a straight face.
But that's true.
So I
But
so
that's true. Okay, well,
I
that's the
just
impression.
it's an impression, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
again, I mean, my kind of person, I'm not accessible to everybody. It's deliberate, all right.
Oh, very.
Um, by the time you now get into my space, you discover that somebody you can easily relate with.
Yes, it's true.
Somebody that even have I understand anything. I have that
Mm,
level of loyalty to my friends if you're very
mm,
close to me.
mm.
But I don't think that you must generally just be able to do some work to be able to get into that talking relationship with me. That is just my person. All right. It's not pride, no.
Yeah,
It's just how it is not every discussion that is important, really.
true.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, if it's not important, I'm not
You're not
interested really.
interested.
So that's it.
I mean, yes, I agree with the impression that people think, but people have, because it's an impression. It doesn't really tell what the person is about until you get to know the person. But I remember when I first walked into your office, you just looked up from what you were doing. I don't know if I feel you just accessed me and who's this person. I felt okay, well, whatever it is, let me get back to my work first. Then it took me to approach you and have a conversation work related. So I think that's what may have caught your fancy, because like you said, it's not every conversation that is very important to you. So it's important conversations that I realize that you'd indulge in. And so that's understandable. First impressions matter, and it's good. It's even good that people think that they can't access you, so that not every Tom, Dick, and Harry will be coming to your table and be speaking to you anyhow. Human beings can be very why the way you're just smiling, I can tell that people must have been all about it. Muyiwa, why don't you smile? Why don't you do this? But then if you come too close to you, see person where we know fit follow talk before. See as with all of us they just I can imagine. Anyways, for a final question before we move into the trivia, this or that section, um, if you were not doing what you're currently doing, what else would you be doing?
So I'm looking at myself, and I would have loved to maybe be a pastor.
Oh, yeah.
Um, so along the line, I think I'm somebody that likes to reach out to people. I like
Mm-hmm.
to affect people's life.
Yeah,
I like to positively, not negatively
true, of
now.
course.
I like to see people do very well around me.
Yeah.
Um, so generally, I'm that guy that is unfortunate. Let me not say unfortunately, because
Because
I've
because
had
you
to
can still
carry.
be a pastor.
Of course, I've had to carry people's burden that is heavy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because
Mm.
if you want to talk to people, if you want to be a mentor to somebody, you also have to be able to provide any level of support.
So yeah.
You can. So I don't know whether it's pastor, but I see myself as that guy that wants to bring a lot of people, to take burden off a lot of
Yeah.
people, make people happy around him, being able to provide solutions to people,
Yeah.
just generally make people feel better, really. So I don't know what kind of profession is that, but but
Life coach.
but
You will
maybe
be a life coach so
maybe
that
maybe
yeah, that's very
maybe
inspirational
maybe.
actually, and
But
very
I don't know.
insightful.
I'm not a money
Oh,
kind of
yeah, you're not.
say I want to be this, that will give me a lot of money. I believe that if you follow your passion and follow the things you love to do and provide solution to humanity, somehow affluence and money will chase after you. That's just my belief.
Affluence and money should come and chase after me. Oh, I'm following my passion in the talking industry. Anyway, thank you so much. Before we move into the this or that section, you guys, this is a reminder to go follow my sponsors on Instagram. Follow Nefertiti underscore beauty for your luxury hair services. So Muyiwa, this is this and that because I need you to answer in less than 3 seconds. If I ask this or this, you choose one. Don't think about it so that we can just get very fun and interesting answers. So let's go. Let's go. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Thank God though, because Messi is my man. Lagos or Abuja?
Lagos.
Well, rice or Eba?
Eba.
Okay, you like swallow. Beer or shots?
Shots.
Why is hey, okay. African Magic or CNN?
African Magic.
Why did I expect you to say CNN? Hey, okay. Wristwatches or perfume?
Perfumes.
Okay. Throw a party or go on a vacation?
Party.
Yeah. Okay. Read a book or see a movie?
Read a book.
All right, Muyiwa, thank you so much. This has been a very interesting, insightful, helpful, all the adjectives I can think of conversation, and I'm so glad that I've been able to do this with you. I mean, it took us a while to get to this point where we're having this conversation. I remember we scheduled a couple of interview sessions, but today we have been able to pull through. I'm so grateful. So thank you so much for honoring my invitation and coming on the show and blessing us because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very helpful one for anyone that listens to it. So you guys, thank you also for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. You know how we do, Madam Fanfort with the vibes. That's how we do. Okay, so don't forget to share. Don't forget to share, follow on all social media platforms. Conversations over coffee underscore podcast on Instagram. My YouTube channel is also gaining momentum. Follow me, IJ Femford, on YouTube, on Instagram. I'm always here for you guys. Send me your feedbacks anytime you listen. Just repost, tag me, and I will be sure to respond. I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys next week, Friday, for another very interesting episode. But in the meantime, cheers to the good life.
Just as a means of closing, relationships are very important because they can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
I've seen relationship help me get to where I am today.
Yeah.
So I expect us to be more deliberate, be more focused in the kind of people you want to keep around you or keep within your space because that might just be the key to the top for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's you guys. See, I know I'm a very important and valuable person in your life. So if you listen to this and you want some value in your space, come to me, my friend. I'm here for you. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for listening. Do enjoy the rest of your day or night.